Deadgrinner mortals. You are watching Deadgrin Customs. Like this video and subscribe to this channel before I destroy you all. Don't you like this color? Isn't it as beautiful as his customs? Go on, worship this channel, or else.
Hey Deadgrinners, this is Deadgrin and welcome to another episode of Deadgrin Customs. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about my top 5 Dragon Stars custom action figures of 2018. So last year I worked on a couple of figures. And so I've decided to rate my top 5, which one I consider my best of the best, I guess. And I know a lot of people like this figure, but I'm going to start it off at number 5 with Gogeta. Gogeta was made with the upper body from a Dragon Stars Wave 1 Goku torso, and then the legs from the Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, and the arms from a Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. The shoulders came from the torso, and then the head came from the Vegito, and then the legs came from a Jiren. It's one of my favorite ones because I worked on I totally resculpted the whole torso. The shoulders were the biggest letdown, and the reason why I put this guy at number 5. If I would have to redo it, I would still use the same. You know, I would use the torso from the Goku, and then everything else from the Vegito. The only thing I would have used from the shoulders were either the shoulders that come with the regular Vegito, or the shoulders that come with the Series 1 and 2, the Wave 1 and 2 Vegeta. Just because I love the way they're shaped and the way they come out, which will actually come out on my next custom. For my number 4 custom is the Great Saiyaman. I love the way this guy came out, don't get me wrong, he's one of my favorite ones, big time. I got the head from the Ultimate Gohan, the arms and the legs from the clone Vegeta, and the torso and the skirt from a Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I just love the way it looks, man. To me, it looks probably the closest to any of the figures that I actually made, but it didn't take that much to actually make him. He's probably one of the easiest ones. All you have to do is just cut off the little sleeves that hang over the shoulders and then swap everything out with heat. And the only hardest part, I guess, if you want to do them exactly like this, would be the skirt. You have to combine 2 skirts to make that one skirt. But he was easily one of my favorite customs to work on. I probably make the most videos for him just because he's my favorite version of Gohan. I know everybody likes the Super Saiyan 2 or the Ultimate Gohan or something like that, but to me, the Great Saiyaman, those were times of peace, man, and he was still trying to keep that peace, even in the small town, you know, of Satan City, which was the biggest reason why that's probably my favorite version of Gohan. Is just there we finally got to see him live like a human, you know, that whole slice of life kind of thing. All right, moving on. My number 3 custom is my Dragon Stars Cooler, final form. Well, no, not final form, actually just Cooler, I guess, the regular Cooler. Easiest custom, and I know everyone's favorite custom, I think, that I've made, but it all comes down to the fact that he was very simple to make. World collectible figure head from a Cooler, and the torso, actually the whole body of a Frieza. You could do this again using either the Vegeta Series 1 and 2 Vegeta body, when just placing a Cooler head, or maybe even the golden Frieza. But I used, like I said, the original one only because it has the best shapes, and I don't know, man, I like the way this version of him came out. It was awesome, man. I love the color. I love the way I sculpted just the little things, just like the way I covered up his chins, the basic sculpt on the chest right here and the shoulders, like that makes this one very complete. But like I said, it all comes down to simplicity, which is why he's not in my top 2. But definitely one of my favorite figures that I've ever made. He's easily the one that probably gets the most requests, that if I can either sell it to them or make one for them. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, you know, but yeah, this was definitely one of my top favorite customs that I've worked on. Maybe, like I said, it's not the most complicated, which is why it's at number 3 as one of the top 5. And moving on, coming in at number 2 is my custom Janemba, and man, the colors on this guy pop. This one was in a lot of ways one of the most complicated figures that I've made. The head comes from a great customizer named Fernando, and his Fairy Tale Customs. He sculpted that, and he was selling a couple of them. I only bought one. Maybe I should hit him up again, you know, for another one. But so that's where the head comes from. The torso is from the Golden Frieza, Dragon Star's Golden Frieza, and the legs come from a hit. The only reason why this guy is one of the most complicated ones that I ever had to do, besides a lot of the sculpting that I ended up doing on the body, was the fact that I actually changed the crotch. It's the Golden Frieza crotch, but the mechanics inside are actually for a hit, and I had to redo that. If like I said, you know, if I would ever have to do this again, definitely change the way I work this. I would not do it the way I did it now, but it came out great. I love the way it comes out. It has a good size, and it probably looks one of the best easily for me as far as any of my customs go. I never thought I would actually be able to make one, and make one this good, you know, like the quality is there. Like, man, he really blew me away when I finished him. Probably not everyone's favorite, but definitely another one that always gets requested by people if I could either sell it to them or make them one. So that's why he comes in at number 2. And last but not least, my number 1 custom of 2018 is Tapion. Man, like, doing this guy was very, very complicated, only because I ran into so many problems, and knowing what I know now, I would totally redo this figure again. The head is from a Samazu, a World Collectible figure Samazu. I resculpted the hair using a Super Saiyan 3 hair and some metallic red to color it. I sculpted the golden, like, little crown thing that he wears, and then the scarf itself comes from a Marvel Legends Ego. The torso is from a Samazu, and the arms and legs come from a Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. The skirt is from a merged Samasu, for the merged Samasu Build-A-Figure, and the Ocarina I ended up sculpting myself. Like, a lot of sculpting went into this guy. I did these parts of the gloves and some parts on the shoes right there. Like I said, I did the Ocarina, his hair, the ears. A lot of little things, you know, went into making this guy, and he ended up looking like the best. I had so much fun making him because I ended up learning so much from him, and because I ended up making this guy, I became more and more ambitious with my customs in the future, which is why some of them are taking a lot longer than I want them to. But at the same time, it's because I was able to make one like him and like Janemba that I'm pushing myself to make even more. And there you have it, guys. My top 5 Dragon Stars customs of 2018. if I would have to redo all of these guys all over again, this is how I would do it. Gogeta, I would still use the Goku, the series 1 and 2 Goku torso, and the Vegito basically for everything else. The shoulders would either be from, like I said, a series 1 or 2 Vegeta, or the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. As far as for cooler, I'd probably use the Super Saiyan. Yeah, the Super Saiyan or the base form Vegeta from the series 1 and 2. Like, just because of the height and the opportunity to be able to get him more in size with the actual character. And then, so for the Great Saiyaman, I'd probably do it the same way, except instead of using the head that I do have right here, I would have used the actual Mystic or the Ultimate Gohan that, you know, they're selling, because this is the clone version. As far as for Tapion, I'd still use the Zamasu torso, probably his the Zamasu biceps, and just switch out the forearms for maybe either series 1 or 2 Vegeta or the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. And then I'd use the crotch from a Zamasu Build-A-Figure, the skirt from a Zamasu Build-A-Figure, and then the legs from the series 1 or 2 Vegeta. And then finally for Janemba, if I would have to do him again, I would probably end up using all of Golden Frieza, and then maybe just switch out the lower legs. That way he could get just a little bit more of the height, you know, required for Janemba. But yep, that's it, guys. So remember to visit Frankenculture at frankenculture.com. You can follow them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also follow me, Deadgrin Customs, on those same social media platforms. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and share the video if you can. Yeah, guys, so that's it, man, for this video. Everybody watching this in the morning, good morning, and for everybody else, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.